giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
So hello, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. I am here in my kitchen. It is about 2 weeks before Christmas, so this is the perfect time for me to be sharing this video. This is what I do before any guests come over for the holidays. I like to make sure that I'm super prepared so that the stay is stress-free on my side and that my guests really receive a warm welcome, and I'm able to focus more on them while they're here because I'm prepared and I'm not stressed like running around trying to figure things out. So if you're like me, you want to be able to enjoy your guests. So you really hope that you do. So we're gonna get started. And I decided to share this video conversation while making an apple pie. What better way than having a nice warm apple pie, for a dessert to share with your guests. So I hope that you enjoy the discussion and also the recipe. So we're gonna get started. So the first thing I like to do before a guest gets here is I like to declutter my spaces. So you wanna make sure that your entryway, your living room, your dining room, wherever your guests are gonna be staying, make sure that it is absolutely decluttered. Even if you're not able to go through all of the items, make sure that you move them out of the space and perhaps, put them in your garage so that if you're not able to do the decluttering right now, at least you have it in a designated area that you can address later. But you want to make sure that your space is open and clutter-free so that your guests feel a lot more comfortable in your space and they don't feel like they're invading on your personal space if you've cleared out areas for them to be able to function in and be a lot more comfortable in your home. So the next thing that I do is I catch up on all of my laundry. Now I have been trying for this full year to make sure that I do one load per day, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So make sure before you have guests that you have caught up on all of your laundry, and especially make sure that you are washing the linens and the towels, the sheets, anything that you're going to be giving your guests to use while they're at your home. Make sure that they're nice, fresh, clean, and ready to be used. So if you have them already washed and they might be stored in the linen cabinet, what I suggest is you take them out right before they arrive, pop them in the dryer with some dryer sheets so that they're freshened up, so that your guests will really be happy to be able to use your linen. So next up, I make sure that I go through my pantry and I make sure that I repurchase all items that are low. So you want to make sure that you do a quick check of all of the locations in your house to make sure that you're not missing anything. And then what I do at the same time is I try to plan out my meals that we're going to be having during the time that we're going to have guests over, because I really feel that those two go together. So you want to make sure that you check your pantry, reorder, restock all of those items, and then also have a meal plan. It will save you so much time and it will make it a lot easier for you for the shopping process and then also preparing your meals. So make sure that you do that before guests arrive. So while doing your list, make sure that you stock up on plenty of beverages for your guests, whether these are alcoholic beverages or non-alcoholic beverages. Just make sure that you have plenty of beverages. So one other area that is super important to be able to address is making sure that your bathrooms are sparkling clean. So make sure that you clean the grout, make sure you clean the tub, make sure that you have that bathroom sparkling because your guests will really appreciate it. And we already spoke about the linens, but just make sure that you gather up beforehand. If you need to purchase any new bedding or any type of bath supplies, just make sure that you purchase that in enough time before your guests arrive. And then also make sure all of your bath like toiletries are available for your guests as well. I usually like to do like a little bin with all of the necessities that I think that a guest might need. And after you finish with all of this preparation, then you can enjoy yourself. So once you've accomplished all of this, you're going to be able to sit back and enjoy your guests. So I hope that this brings you some joy and some peace of mind to be able to enjoy your guests this holiday season. So now that this apple pie is ready, and before I dig into it, I wanted to just share 3 quick DIYs with you. I hope that you guys enjoy. And we're getting started with this dough bowl. I really like the color of this dough bowl, but I really wanted to freshen it up, so I decided that I was going to give it 2 coats of Adirondack white chalk paint. And at first I had decided that I was going to do it 2-tone, so that's why you see me attaching the painter's tape. I was just going to do the top band and also the inside, but later you'll see that I decided to just coat the entire dough bowl, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going in and doing a first coat, just a rough coat. I'm just trying to get as much coverage as possible, but I'm going to go back in with a second layer to be able to get full coverage. And now that we have the 2 coats of the Adirondack's chalk paint, I'm just going in with a sanding block to just distress it. And I really decided that I didn't like the way that it was being distressed. So I went and I grabbed my wax from Folk Art, and I'm just using like a little stencil brush, and I'm just going in and adding like little areas of distressing so that it just breaks up the white and it makes it look a little more rustic. And I really love the way that it turned out. This is going to be a holder for all of the toiletries that I'm going to be having for my guests for the holidays. So you'll see at the end of the video that I'm going to fully stock it. Now it's snack time. So what I'm going to be doing is sharing a delicious cookie recipe. It is a peanut butter, oatmeal, chocolate, yummy cookie. So I'm going to have the recipe in the description in case you guys are interested. These cookies are going to be part of an amazing treat for a special guest for Christmas.
Baby, you give me ice.
So leave me a comment down below if you know who these cookies are for. If not, you're going to find out soon.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Can't twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
Okay, so I just took these out of the refrigerator. I like to chill my cookies before I put them in the oven. And I'm going to be putting them in the oven for about 10 minutes each batch. And it's going to be cooking on 375-degree oven. And they are delicious. And you're going to see in a little bit how I use them. And this is my second DIY. I wanted to do a cookies for Santa. So I guess you know who the cookies are for. So I just did a quick decal on my Cricut machine. I used white vinyl. I weeded and I transferred it over, and this is what the decal looks like. And I'm just applying it to an old plate that we have that is black, and I just thought that the decal will pop so amazing on this plate. Let me know if you agree. And then we're going to decorate the plate so that we can have treats for Santa and his reindeer.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain.
I think this DIY is so precious and was so easy to make. Now this third DIY is even easier. I just had to detach one of these MDF homes that are all attached with these hinges. I needed just one of them because I'm going to be using it as a Wi-Fi password sign. And I'm just going to use the back, and I'm going to be very careful to just apply it to the back so that I don't have to do the edges. And I'm using chalk paint that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just giving it a nice coat. And then once it dries, I'm going to just use a little chalk to be able to turn it into actual chalkboard. And then I'm going to use a chalk pen to just write Wi-Fi password and list the password there so that all my guests will be able to access the Wi-Fi without having to ask. And then I'm going to include this into the final basket that I give to all guests when they stay over so that they can be welcomed and not have to worry about any items that they left home or might need. Everything will be there for them. So I think this turned out wonderful. This is some of the items that I usually put in my basket, or in this case, my dough bowl that I'm gonna have for my guests. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate the time that you spend with me. Today is Vlogmas Day 8, and I have been enjoying chatting with you on a daily basis. So this is the project recap. I just wanted to highlight a couple of videos that I shared recently. So the playlist is going to be linked in the description in case you want to check out any one of these videos. Until tomorrow, have a blessed day.